We are here because you are going to follow me throughout my college experience. Oh God, my application process was kind of like start and stop. I would start with a couple and then I would stop because I didn't have all the information I needed. So I had to, talk to some counselors and I had to talk to my parents. It was kind of difficult because I was like, okay, what college do I want to go to? Is it possible for me to go to that college? Do they have the major I wanted? And it was hard because I didn't know what major I wanted to do. So it was kind of just like, okay, what college offers the most wide range of opportunities for the major that I have yet to know what it is. So I just had to pick, an open choice, and that's why I kind of chose county college at the end of the day. There was a period where I felt like going to college might not be possible for me, and especially in terms of financial reasons. At this point, my parents would be putting 2 kids through college. My sister, she's in nursing school, so everyone knows that's expensive, crazy expensive. So of course I felt like, okay, would it be too much of a burden on them even though they were, at the end of the day, they're like, okay, we're putting you through college, of course college, but I'm like, okay, still I was worried about the whole process of things, how are they going to pay for it, will I have to step in and everything. So it was I was worried about the stress and the things that it would take on them. So yeah, at that point it was should I go, should I not go, should I defer? And junior year was time to make more changes. It's time to be more active, kind of just let it go and give it to God, because if I keep stressing about it, it's not going to take me anywhere. At first it was a lot of just no answers. At first it was a lot of, okay, I'm trusting. It was a lot of just blind trust, faith without putting any work in myself. I'm like, okay, you did what you got to do, now just give it to him and that's it. But I'm that's why I kind of left college alone, and I'm like, okay, he'll make a way. A lot of times I was like, okay, what's the point in all this? What's the point in doing all these clubs, getting all these grades, all these achievements, pushing, homework, tests, all these all-nighters, if at the end of the day I'm not going to get what I wanted. But I think it wasn't really in my personality and in my nature to just stop and kind of just give up. Okay, let me still do my research, let me still talk to my parents, let me still try to make it work, let me apply for scholarships, let me do this, let me do that, and still pray. So at first it was kind of just let me not do anything, and then I started doing more towards, actually getting to the goals I actually want. I think just because you don't see it working doesn't mean it's not working. There's going to be a lot of frustrating times, there's going to be a lot of personal self-doubt, and not only you, doubt in your parents, doubt in your counselors, doubt in the whole education system as a whole. It's going to be a lot of doubt, but just know that you're going to get out of it, because it's not forever. And just because you don't see God working doesn't mean he isn't. That's what I had to kind of learn, to not be in my head a lot, to not only doubt me and doubt God and what he was doing for me, but know that you have a purpose, and that purpose, just because it's not going your way doesn't mean it's not going anywhere. So I think, keep at it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. You're going to have a moment of tears, a moment of breaking down, frustration, all of it, but keep at it, because it's going to be worth it.